It's a hot one today. This is the hottest temperatures with heat index that East Central Indiana has had in 2 years. And I gotta get some stuff done in the garden. No option. These green beans have got to have some ties back up and just clear me a little footpath because there's bush beans beside it. Gotta do it. It's a hot one. I've gotten that far. I have to get all the way to there. It's a jungle. That's how gardens go. Potatoes are doing better. Starting to dry out. Those early half-runner beans that the late frost really impacted on their growth and development, they're starting to produce enough for us to have fresh meals and a little canning, but I'm not pushing the beans because they kind of come and go on how they're doing. Things are a bit dry, but yeah, the wild and woolly jungle. The battle with cabbage moths is real. Slow but steady. We're getting there. Oh look, there's a cabbage moth. Oh, spawn of Satan is about how I feel. But we're getting there. We've had some zucchini along, some zucchini. Guess it wasn't well fertilized. They didn't develop, but it's making up speed now. My son's, he just turned in his 4-H gardening projects, and we could tell everything is delayed about 2 weeks, but he still had some decent entries to put in. We don't know the results of that judging yet. Time will tell. It's now evening. It's getting close to 6 o'clock and been hot. Of course, I took a break, done a little food processing, cooked up meat for the week, and it's been spotty rain here and there. Some real nasty storms passed anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour south of us. Passed through. barely a sprinkle here, as you may have noticed on the little clips I added. Right now it's barely a drizzle. I understand to the north got some, but it's really cooled off. If I was just sitting around outside, you know, being lazy, doing nothing, might even like think, ooh, I want a little sweatshirt, but nah, because I'm picking beans. I'm gonna can more beans. I cooked a double batch, probably like a quart's worth, with a ham hock. Slow cooked that on my stovetop today, and I have 5 pints that finished in my electric canner on the porch. I have some peas, carrots, and potatoes I'm going to process in my canner this evening, depending on where I land with beans. So we'll see how I do with that. The beans I'm picking are white half runners. These are the traditional bean that you have to string. You don't just simply break them up like a lot of quick process bush beans, but you have to string it. They have a little meatier flavor. They also dry out best for what makes leather britches and shuck beans. I take early rounds of them and can and process. And notice loads of blooms. All that is dependent on rain. And you can see the stress of not enough rain and constantly passing storms that are helping everybody to the north and the south of us, but not right here on our dirt. If I don't get a truly soaking rain tonight, that I will check the ground down in there tonight. Did that get deep soaking, and also under some of my tomato plants? I will have to do it in the morning before it gets heated up again. I'm looking at needing to water, because this little piddly dribbling on me is not doing my garden any good. Well, I'm out here picking beans. I'll show you what I got. From there to this point, which is at the zucchini plant, I got this giant Tupperware bowl. Lots of little ones on, and I still have that distance, which is slightly over half. And then I planted on the back side. So my goal needs to be, if I'm not working really long hours at my paid job Monday and Tuesday, to get out and get at least this much every day to be able to run through my electric canner, because then I have those beans over there coming on. 3 varieties of bush beans. Those on the vine are another row of half runners that will be producing soon. And on the other side of the tomatoes, I scattered in lots of bean seed. So I'll be drowning in beans soon enough. Can you believe it? That zucchini was only out to there, and in the heat of the day, it got at least another inch or so. I'm not a fan of zucchini. There's one that we let get huge to be able to grow into zucchini bread. And I picked another small one, and I'll give you a peek at, we have multiple spaghetti squashes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's at least 5 growing in there on that plant. I got that jungle tamed. Woohoo! So these are 1/3 sections of bush beans, stringless bush beans, and these are traditional white half runners that vine. I am very pleased with how well the bamboo stakes are holding this year with the cotton kite string. They aren't bowing and bending, Granted, we haven't had a high wind rainstorm come through to see what that does, but as of now, it's holding them up pretty well. And probably in 2 to 3 weeks, these will be ready for me to start harvesting from. I experimented by right at the edge of that row of potatoes, half of it, I put in white half runners as an experiment to see how I can get with some production for shuck beans later on with low maintenance as potatoes would die back. And you can see where we've dug some potatoes and stuff from there. So we'll see how that goes. If that does work, that can get me a double yield out of a section of dirt with lower maintenance once the potatoes are healed up a little bit. Always a win-win on that. I'm wrapping up my night and opening my electric pressure cooker canner. There are 4 pints of garden peas and 1 pint of Kennebec potatoes, small potatoes. We'll see what they look like when I pull them out.